There we go.
Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Carlisle Fly and Foul, here behind the vise with the Fly Tying Tuesdays. Today we're going to tie just it doesn't get much more classic than this. You got pheasant tail body, CDC collar, CDL tail, gold bead, copper wire. Man, it's just a fish catcher. Let's dive on in. I'm going to show you guys how to tie this real quick. Okay, starting off with a size 16 jig hook in here, 2.8 millimeter slotted tungsten beads, saluted beads in gold here, and I'm going to start off with some black thread, and this is Semperfly in 30 denier, so super thin thread. It's just some of the best thread there is. We're going to get our thread started here and bring this rearward about right there, and we're going to tie in some CDL fibers here, coming to the end of this little feather. But we're going to pluck about, I don't know, 5 or 6 fibers off of that stem, and we're going to attach our tail here. So we're going to kind of measure about a hook shank in length, couple pinch wraps here. Try not to hit your thread on the hook point. Cut those butts off close here. And let's go ahead and bring our thread forward. Just behind the bead, we're going to kind of lock that into place real quick. Yeah, now we're going to come in with some copper wire. And this is, I think this is brassy size or extra small, but whatever you got will do the trick. So put that in our bead here and start bringing our thread. Oop, slipped out. Alright, and I like to put that wire on the opposite side of the hook, and that really makes for tying that in a little bit better. And when you go to use your rotary function, and you start to wrap that wire, it will not mess up your tail. So that can be quite a big of a problem here. So we're going to bring our thread forward just a little bit to about right there, about halfway, and now we're going to come in with a pheasant tail feather here, and we're going to do about 4 or 5 fibers off of the stem, and try to keep the tips aligned, and then we are going to take those tips and cut them off square. Those tips are super fragile. Don't want those in here. Yeah, just not a good deal there. So a couple loose wraps and bring that thread rearward to right there at the start of the tail, and then we can bring our thread forward and kind of clean some of this up. Okay, so now we're going to tie in a couple of half hitches here to save our work, so we can use the rotary function of this vise. So we're going to slide this on over and grab your pheasant tail, and we're going to counter wrap this, and it's just going to make tying it in or tying the wire in much easier. So we can bring this around. Okay, that should be pretty snug and secure, and where you're going to snip this off carefully. It's okay if you leave a little bit of butt ends there. You can kind of clean that up some. We're going to put CDC collar over that. We're going to do another couple of half hitches here just to save that work. Alright, grab your wire, and now we're going to go the same direction as our thread. This is going to cross wrap the pheasant tail, kind of lock it in and give it some more durability, because that pheasant tail is super fragile. So tie that off, a couple behind it and a couple in front of it, and we're going to helicopter that off close. Okay, next we're going to come in with some ice dubbing peacock black, and we really do not need a whole lot of this stuff. Just a small, and that's probably going to be too much, but we're going to send it anyway. No, that might be the right amount actually. Okay, we're just going to do just a small little collar here. And then right in front of that, we are going to build a dubbing loop. Close it off. And get your spinner. Put that in there. And you guessed it, a couple half hitches. And we're going to get that out of the way. Get our dubbing loop. And I've already got some CDC prepped in my clamp here, and we're going to place this just inside that dubbing loop. Well, we missed the drop off. No problem. Come on back and slide that thread off ever so slightly. There you go. And you can kind of move it some if you need to, but we're just going to go ahead and spin her on up. Alright, that should do it. And we're just going to do 1, 2 wraps. Don't need a whole lot. And we're going to come in and tie off our dubbing loop. We can snip that excess off close. And we've just got a whole big old mess going here, and that's okay, because we're going to fix that. Alright, now we're going to come in with just a little bit more of this ice dub. And you legitimately don't need a ton of that. Doesn't take much. Bring our CDC back. Oh, messed up my dubbing. No problem. Alright, brush that CDC back. Put that in there. Great. Now we are almost done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick, let's say 2 or 3 turn whip finish with this thread, and I'm going to cut it off, and we're going to start our hotspot thread. And I've just got another bobbin loaded up with some red thread, and we are going to just do a little bit of a hotspot here. And just start that thread and gently come in with your whip finish tool. We're going to do a 4 or 5 turn whip finish. And seat the knot good. Cut your excess off. And there you have it. That is a pheasant tail CDC fly with a hotspot gold bead. It's just a kick-ass fly. And we're going to maybe trim some of the CDC. And you can just come in with your fingers, kind of brush it back and pinch it. And you can kind of cut some of it off without getting your scissors after it, and it still just makes it look a little bit more natural. But you can pick at it all day long if you want. But the bottom line is that fly right there is going to catch fish. So anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.